ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। भजामि राधं रविन्दनेत्रं स्मरामि राधं मधुरस्मितस्यं वदामि राधाकरुणावरहितं ततो मामन्यस्ति गतिर्न कपि। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So first of all, I offer my unlimited Dandavat Pranam to the lotus feet of my Śrīla Gurudev, Om Vishnupada Stodara Sadhar Śrī Srimad Bhaktivedanta Śrīla Bana Gosvāmī Maharaj, to my Param Gurudev Nitala Pravistam Vishnupada Stodara Sadhar Śrī Srimad Bhaktivedanta Śrī Narayan Gosvāmī Maharaj, Nitala Pravistam Vishnupada Stodara Sadhar Śrī Srimad Bhaktivedanta Śrīla Bhaman Gosvāmī Maharaj, to Nitala Pravistam Vishnupada Stodara Sadhar Śrī Srimad Bhakti Prakyan Keshav Gosvāmī Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Śrīla Prabhupada, to all Rupanuga Guru Varga, to all Vaishnavi. So, by the causeless mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga, we have been reading Śrī Kṛṣṇa Karṇāmṛta with the commentaries of Śrīla Kṛṣṇadasa Kavirāja Gosvāmī. We have been reading how Bilvamangal Thakur is praying to Krishna upon seeing him playing with the gopis. And his eagerness is increasing more and more. So we are going to start from the sloka 82, which is Soayam Munindra Jana Manasa Tapahari, Soayam Madabraja Vadhu Vassana Pahari, Soayam Tritiya Bhuvanesvara Dharpahari, Soayam Madhya Hirdayam Buru Hapahari. This is the one who relieves the sages and the devotees of mental suffering. This is the one who stole the clothing of the proud woman of Braj. This is the one who defeated the pride of Indra. And this is the one who has stolen the hearts of my gopi friends. Having attained a direct meeting with the Lord, he becomes immersed in the highest bliss and speaks with wonder. This is the person whose character is to remove at all times the suffering in the mind of the sages, that means in the munis, and devotees, that means jana, and even persons like Narad, by appearing to them when they meditate. This is the person who stole the clothing of the woman of Braj, who began scolding him out of pride, that means Mada. This is the person who took away the pride of the ruler of Svarga, Tritiya Bhuvanesvara, that means Indra, by lifting the mountain, that means lifting Giriraj Govardhan. This is the person who steals the lotus hearts of the gopis, that means Madhya, or my heart. It is most surprising that he has come. Sarvakyatve cham mukte cha sarvahum midam maha snibisam nayanam hanta nirvana padamasnute. Aho, that effulgence is supreme in omniscience and innocence. Entering through my eyes, it spreads through my heart, the abode of the highest bliss. He speaks full of wonder and bliss from realizing Krishna's omniscience. Since Krishna has revealed himself just as he had prayed previously and has satisfied the desires in the hearts of the gopis in the Ras dance, and from realizing Krishna's innocence, since he did not reveal his inherent supreme power because he performed special pastimes with them, he expresses himself as previously by calling Krishna a mass of light. This great effulgence, that means Mahas, has entered by my eye and spreads throughout my heart the basis of bliss, that means Nirvana Padam. The Lord stuns him with wonder. Aho, Hanta, that effulgence is the most excellent, that means Sarvabhumam, in omniscience and innocence. Pushnanam etat punarukta shobham usnetaram sur udayan mukhindo trishnamburasim viguni karoti krishnavahyam kinchana jivitam me. The indescribable object called Krishna, which is my very life, doubles my ocean of thirst at every moment with the rising of his cool moon-like face. He defeats his own beauty by increasing it even more at every moment. That means Krishna's beauty is always increasing, always increasing. Chaitanya Charitamrita says. In the same way that Krishna's beauty is always increasing, Srimati Radhika's beauty is always increasing also. So they are having a battle, and this battle is like infinite. Srimati Radhika is increasing her beauty, and Krishna is also increasing her beauty, his beauty. But still, Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Jagat Mohan Krishna Tanhara Mohini Ataib Samastere Parata Thakurani. That means that Krishna is Jagat Mohan, but Srimati Radhika is Madan Mohan Mohini. She enchants Krishna. So still Srimati Radhika wins. So, realizing that Krishna causes an increase in thirst for the beauty of his face at every moment, he speaks in astonishment. The indescribable, that means Kinchana object called Krishna, which is my very life, doubles my ocean of thirst by the rising of his moon-like face. What is that thirst? From the rising of the cooling moon, Krishna has nourished useless beauty. This means he negates the previous beauty of the moon of his face by increasing it even more. Or he speaks on seeing the beauty of the gopis increasing on seeing Krishna. Their beauty was faded or useless because of not seeing Krishna, and on seeing him became nourished or firm. How is the moon face described? It is very cooling. That means usnetaram so. Tadita tatamra vilochana Sri Sambhavita Sesa Vinamra Garbam Muhur Murare Madhuradharustam Mukhambujam Chumbati Manasam Me. My mind constantly kisses the lotus face of Murari with its sweet lips, which increases the devotee's pride in their good fortune by the beauty of his reddish eyes. Filled with thirst for Krishna, because he is the shelter of Bilbamangal's particular bhav, he speaks with longing. Previously, he prayed to see Krishna's lotus face. Then he is quoting this sloka, in which life will I see your lotus face, with its two red lips, with its eternal smile, with the attractive flute song which becomes doubly attractive, because the warmth generated by its joy, pleasing with half glances from your white darting eyes. That is from Krishna Karṇāmṛta, sloka number 44. Now that desire is fulfilled, my mind constantly kisses the lotus face of Murari. This means that by the bees of his eyes, he drinks and relishes that face. He describes the face according to his particular bhav. That face has sweet lips. That face causes pride of good fortune of the unlimited favorable devotees, that means Vinamra, to increase further, that means Sambhavita, by the beauty or mercy of his slightly red eyes. Karosarat Jiyambuja Krama Vilasa Siksa Guru Padau Vibhudapada Prathama Palavolangino Drisho Dalita Durmada Tribhubano Pamana Sriyo Bilokaya Vilochanamritam Aho Maha Saishavam. See that mass of light. Aho, it possesses youthfulness. It has hands, which are teachers who methodically instruct charm to the autumn lotuses. It has feet which surpass the new shoots from the desired trees of the Devatas. It has eyes which give beauty to all objects of comparison, whose pride has been destroyed. Inundated by the infinite ocean of sweetness, he forgets everything out of exhaustion caused by bliss of prema. He begins searching for Krishna as he did previously, and then speaks to Radha when she becomes visible beside him. Externally, he talks to one friend among his associates. He speaks of the indescribable nature of Krishna's limbs appearing within him. That means he's having one spurti, as he did in verse 1, with the feet conquer all other objects in beauty just by the luster of their two nails. How amazing! That means aho, see this mass of light. That means mahas, which is visible in front of me. It has nectar for the eyes. It invigorates the eyes like nectar. Describing Krishna little, he then speaks in astonishment. This mass of light is someone with youth. That means Saisavam. It has as its nature youth. Saisavam is derived from Sisu, child, but meaning Kishore, a youth. Sorry. The forms Saisavam or Kaishoram mean that the Mahas has an intrinsic nature. That the Mahas has as its intrinsic nature the Kishora form. Sorry. From this mass of light, two hands extend. They are teachers in instructing charm to the autumn lotuses. The mass of light has 2 feet, whose natures surpass the first shoots from the Devatas' desired trees, which possess all the qualities of the desired trees. The mass of light has eyes, which give beauty to all objects of comparison. A lotus, for instance, in the 3 walls, whose pride has been destroyed. Achinbanam mahani hani hani sakkaran vihara kraman arundhanam arundhati hirdayam apiyardra smitardra sriya atanbanam ananya janmanayana slaghyam anagriham dasam anandam braja sundaristhanatati samrajam ugrambate. That mass of light reveals the bliss of Krishna, whose comfort is the slopes of the breast of Braja woman. It reveals an incomparable state of bewilderment. It can be admired only by the eyes of those who take birth as gopis. It creates perfection of a concrete sequence of pastimes every day, every minute, and every second. It captures the heart of even Arundhati by the tender beauty of its tender smile. So Krishna is telling also, I am Gopa, so I only accept those who take birth as gopis. That means Vastu Siddhi. First we have to attain Svarup Siddhi, then from Svarup Siddhi we go to Vastu Siddhi. That means first we realize our spiritual constitutional form, then we will take birth as gopis in Vrindavan. Gopis or whatever is our particular style up, then we will take one birth in Vastu Siddhi. Then we will associate with Nitya Parikars and they will teach us to serve because we will not go directly. Then after Vastu Siddhi, it comes Parikar. We become Parikar. So here is saying that Krishna's beauty can only be seen by the eyes of those who take birth as gopis. Radha padabina kabhu Krishna nahi mile, Radha Radha Sira Krishna sarva vede bole. One cannot get Krishna without taking shelter of Srimati Radhika or the gopis. There's another slok. Braja gopi binanyatra. No, I forgot it. Anyway. Again, taking on 2 states as a gopi, talking to Radha, and as Bilba Mangal talking to his friends, submerged in the bliss of seeing Krishna's sweetness, which produces a greed for love affairs, Bilba Mangal thinks of that bliss and then speaks. This mass of light is bliss, that means Anandam. Since it comes from Krishna, who is bliss, this light reveals complete bliss, that means Anandam. which becomes newer and newer at every moment. It is not the imperfect bliss of Brahman. Looking all around, he then sees Krishna and speaks as in verse 76. I offer respects to that mass of light, to he who cannot leave Radha's breast, who cannot leave any gopis' breast, and who is the protector of the cause and the protector of all the universes. That is Krishna Karṇāmṛta 76. That light has a place which gives happiness, that means samrajyam, the slopes of the gopis' breast, or it has control of the breast of the gopis, or it is controlled by the breasts of the gopis. Krishna is easy to attain by these means. It reveals, that means atanbanam, an incomparable state, that means anarghyam, which bewilders millions of cupids. Unable to experience Krishna's unlimited sweetness with his eyes, he prays for 1,000,000 eyes, and then, since he is a male, prays to be a woman, since he considers a male body unqualified for this experience. Then, considering that he is unqualified for this benefiction, he speaks in wretchedness, that means dainya. What is this state? It is impossible to admire with eyes obtained in all births, except births as women of Braj. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, Dekhite dekhite bhulibo kabe nijasthula parichoya. Then, dekhite dekhite bhulibo kabe nijasthula parichoya. Nayane heribo brajapure sobha nittachitanandamoye. When will I take birth as Braja Gopi, and I will behold, I will see with my spiritual eyes the transcendental Vrindavan. Oh, at that moment, Vrishabhanu pura janamaloivo javate vivaha have. Braja Gopi bhav anubhavana rohive. That I will marry in Javat, in Vrishabhanu pura. And I will not know any other mood than Braja Gopi Bhav. Braja Anya Bhavana Rohive. That means I will not know any other Bhav. Then this is speaking Vastu Siddhi. Then Nija Siddha Deha, Nija Siddhanam, Nija Rupas Bhavasana. Radha Kripa Vale Lohivo Kave Krishna Prema Prakaranya. Then by my Nija Siddha Deha, with my spiritual form, and my Nija Siddhanam, my spiritual name, and Nija Rupas Bhavasana, that means the service of my particular Swarup. Then Radha Kripa Vale Lobhivo Vakave, I will attain Krishna Prem by the mercy of Srimati Radhika. Then Yamuna Salile Aharane Giya Bhujivo Yugala Ras. That means that Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying that he wants to go fetch water in the Yamuna, then he will behold with his own eyes how Radha and Krishna are playing, are doing sweet pastimes. Then Prema Mukta Have Pagalinir Pray Gaivo Radharayas. He will go to other gopis and praise like mad woman how beautiful are the sweet pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So we cannot behold these pastimes in human form. Only Sakis can serve in the kunjas. So this is being explained in this verse. Bilba Mangal Thakur is praying to be a woman since he considers a male body unqualified for this experience. So what then to speak of experiencing that object? It can be only experienced by the woman of Braj. Seeing the skill of Krishna's pastimes, he speaks. It is creating, that means achinbanam, the perfection of the sequence of pastimes incarnate, that means sakaram, every day, every minute, every second. If the mass of light is engaged in doing that, other people giving up aspiration for him can remain peaceful. He speaks with censure. It besieges the heart of even faithful Arundhati by the tender beauty of its naturally tender smile. It besieges her soul and establishes itself there. Seeing a handsome man, even men will praise him, but Arundhati does not praise a handsome man, since she is faithful, but even she becomes affected by Krishna. How can other people remain peaceful and not be affected? Taduchvasita yovanam tarala saishavala kritam madachurita luchanam madana muktaha samritam pratikshana vilovanam pranaya pitavam simukham jagatraya manoharam jaiti mamakam jivitam. Attractive to the three walls, showing the first stage of youth, ornamented with a touch of childhood, with eyes soaked in love's intoxication, with a sweet smile that bewilders Cupid, seductive at every moment, kissing the mouth of the flute with affection. That light, my very life, stands with all excellence. Sometimes the gopis, they are thinking, oh, how fortunate is the flute of Krishna, and how unfortunate we are that we are not able to serve him. But look, Krishna is serving the flute. Here Bilba Mangal Thakur is telling, kissing the mouth of the flute with affection, that Krishna is kissing the flute. Sometimes the gopis are telling this, are saying, oh look, Krishna is always massaging the feet of the flute very softly. That means he's playing the flute with his fingers. So the gopis are thinking, he's making massage to the flute, and he's sitting in a very beautiful, how you say, sofa, like throne. That means to Krishna's lips are like a throne, and he's sitting his flute there. So the gopis are telling this, look how fortunate is the flute, that she is always in contact with Krishna, and Krishna is serving her feet. She is always drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips. So this is the mood of the gopis expressed in this verse. He again speaks with joy because of inner longing. The sustenance of my life remains with all excellence. That means Jayati. He then describes the nature of that excellence. It is attractive to not only Arundhati, but to the three worlds. It possesses the beginning stage, that means Uchvasita of youth. That beginning of youth is ornamented with a trace of childhood, that means Tarala Saisava. That means the Kaishora age, that means a trace of youth plus childhood. It has eyes permeated with the intoxication of love. It has a sweet smile, which bewilders Cupid. It is seductive at every moment. Bilovana is formed with the Kirt affixed Anna. It kisses the mouth of the flute with affection. Chitram tade chacharanāravindam chitram tade tannayanāravindam chitram tade tad vadanāravindam chitram tade tad vapurasya chitram. What I previously requested are these astonishing lotus feet. What I previously requested is this more astonishing body. What I previously requested is this even more astonishing lotus face. What I requested what I requested are these most astonishing lotus eyes. All that has been revealed. All that has been revealed is most astonishing. He speaks with astonishment because of the appearance of infinite sweetness in each limb of Krishna. Verse 12 stated, may Radha's heart carry the happiness of Krishna's lotus feet. That prayer is answered here. What were mentioned in the prayer, that means that, are these astonishing lotus feet. He prayed in verse 54, my eye desires to see that form which bewilders the world. His prayer has been answered. What was mentioned is this very astonishing form, that means Vapuhu. He prayed in verse 6, may his lotus face appear in my mind. Then that prayer is answered. What was mentioned is this even more astonishing lotus face. In verse 13, He prayed, "May the jewel flow into our hearts along with its eyes." That prayer is answered here. What was mentioned previously is present as these most astonishing lotus eyes. All that was requested has become directly visible to me. This is most astonishing. Another version has Vapuramba instead of Vapurasya. Amba is an address indicating astonishment. Akhila Bhuvanaika Bhushanam Adhi Bhusita Jaladhi Duhit Kuchakumbham Braja Yuvati Harabali Marakata Nayaka Mahamanim Bande. I offer respects to the best ornament for the universe, who in his expansions decorates the breast of Lakshmi with his foot, and who is the huge central sapphire on the necklace of all the young women of Raj. Situated a little distant, he sees Krishna enjoying with the gopis by kissing and embracing. Astonished, he considers for a moment, and then he speaks, saying, "This is not astonishing. I offer respects to Krishna, who has these qualities. He is the best ornament, the sapphire for the whole universe, not just for the forest of Braj." Jayadev has said, "Trailokya Mauli Sthali Nipatuchitanila Ratnam." He is the blue jewel situated as the ornament in the crown of the three walls. That is from Gita Govinda 5:20. As various Vishnu forms, he decorates the pot-like breasts of Lakshmis, massaging the feet of Vishnu with the touch of his feet. But it is astonishing that he is like the chief jewel, that means Nayaka Mahamanim, situated in the necks of all the gopis. Or there is another meaning. It is not astonishing that the Lord has many expanded forms, since he is the one ornament of all the Vaikunthas, situated in those places in his various forms. His form decorates the breasts of his beloved gopis. He considers for a moment and says, "But these are not his expanded forms. He is one form, the chief jewel for them all." That is astonishing. Therefore, I should offer respects without considering further. Or, attracting Lakshmi by his sweetness, he causes Lakshmi's breast to burn, that means Usita, for her master, that means Adhivu, by the fire of separation. Kasyanubhavo asya nadeva vidmahe tavangri renus parasadikara yat panchaya Śrī Lalanacharatapu vihaya kaman suchiram dhitavarata. O Lord, we don't know how the serpent Kaliya has attained this great opportunity of being touched by the dust of your lotus feet. For this end, the goddess of fortune performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and taking austere vows. Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto, 16th chapter, sloka number 36. Nayam Siriyongaunitantarate Prasadasparyusitam Nanilagandha Ruchakutunya Rasutsavayasya Bhujadanda Grihita Kanta Labdasi Samjadu Kadat Prajavalabhinam. When Lord Sri Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the Ras Lila, the gopis were embraced by the arms of the Lord. This transcendental favor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or other consorts in the spiritual world. Indeed, never was such a thing even imagined by the most beautiful girls in the heavenly planets, whose bodily luster and aroma resemble the lotus flower. And what to speak of worldly women who are very beautiful according to material estimation? There is one very nice commentary that Śrīla Gurudev is giving in this sloka, Nayam Sriyonga Unitantarati Prasada, that is telling, Labdasi Samjatu Gadat Brajavalabhinam. Krishna is fulfilling all the desires of the gopis. He is completely controlled by them. Why? And in the other hand, Lakshmi is always with Krishna. But why he is not controlled? He does not come under the love of Lakshmi Devi, but he comes under the love of the gopis. The answer that Śrīla Gurudev is giving is that Actually, Lakshmi Devi is always in the chest of Krishna as a, how you say, a line. So in that relation between Krishna and Lakshmi, there is only one phase of prema. That means sambhog. Prema is like one coin and it has two faces, sambhog and milan, viraha milan, viraha milan, meeting separation, meeting separation. So because Lakshmi is always in the chest of Krishna, there is no separation, and for this reason Krishna is not coming under the control of her prema, because if there is only meeting, then it is not squid. Like the separation increases the squidness of the meeting. Na vina vipralambena. This sloka is telling that without separation, meeting is not sweet. Because if you are always with someone, like you have some roommate, you will be bored of him. So in the same way, there is no separation between Krishna and Lakshmi, and that's why he does not come under the control of her prema. Another thing is that Lakshmi Lakshmi, she does not want to take the guidance of the gopis. And Chaitanya Charitamrita is telling, Gopi Anukatya Vinaispariyakan Bhajile ho nahi pai Brajendra Nandan. That if you don't take the shelter of the gopis, you will not be able to attain Brajendra Nandan Krishna. Lakshmi Devi, she wanted to get Krishna in the mood of the gopis, but she was not able because Krishna gave the conditions. He said, okay, you can come, but you will have to take birth first as gopi. But Lakshmi, she has this abhiman that she's Brahmani. So she said, no, I cannot give up because I'm the chess lady, I'm the wife of Narayan, I am Brahmani. How can I make the activities of gopi? How can I do cow dance, like cow dance, how you say, cakes? And how can I be engaged in milking cows? I am Brahmani, so definitely not. Another. Then Krishna said, okay, you have to take birth as gopi and then you have to marry another gopa. No. How possible? I am the wife of Narayan. I cannot do this because I am chess lady. So in this way Krishna was giving conditions and Lakshmi was refusing them all because of this abhiman. So what did she do? She just went to Kamyavan and trying to be a gopi artificially. But being a gopi is not about your dress. It's not about your wearing very nice sindur and doing this and that external activities. Being a gopi is about the mood and about taking the shelter, accepting the shelter of the gopis and the guidance of the gopis, and mainly taking the shelter of Srimati Radhika. What is the sloka? Aradhya, Baba, I forgot. Anaradhya Radha Padam Bhojareno Manasritya Vrindata Vintat Padankam Sambhasya Tadbhava Gambhira Chitan Kutusyama Sindhura Sasyava Graha. That Anaradhya Radha Padam Bhojareno, if someone is not worshipping the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika and Anaradhya Radha Padam Bhojareno Manasritya Vrindata Vintat Padankam, if he's not taking shelter on Vrindavan, which is marked with the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika, that means only Srimati Radhika. Don't go to Chandravali place. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, Sakhi Stalin nahi heri nayane. I will not even look to the place of Chandravali. So, what place you will go? Radha Adipatya Bhumi Vrindavana Mamastume. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling, I will go in Vrindavan, but only in the place that is controlled by Srimati Radhika. And third thing, Kutosyama Sindhu, Anaradhya Radha Padam Bhojarenu Manasritya Vrindata Vintat Padankam Asambhasya Tatbhava Gambhira Chitan. You have to associate with high class, exalted Brajarassic sadhus who are absorbed in the deep moods of Srimati Radhika and hear their Harikatha. Then, by accepting their guidance, you will be able to enter Sringar Ras. But without taking shelter of gopis, the Gopi Anugatya Vinaispariya Gyan Bachile ho nahi pai Brajendra Nandan. You will be overcome by the mood of opulence, like it happened to Lakshmi. Another thing, Radha Padavina, Radha Padavina Kabhu Krishna nahi mile. Radhara Dasira Krishna Sarva Vede bole. That without taking shelter of Srimati Radhika, you cannot get Krishna. Why? Radhara Dasira Krishna Sarva Vede bole. That all the Vedas are telling that Krishna belongs to the gopis. There is another sloka by Raghupati Upajay that says, Srutaya Palalakapaki Mihavayam Sampratachinuma. I forgot how it continues. That the Vedas have become now like empty rice husks, because the purpose of the Vedas is to meet Krishna. Namo Vedanta Vedaya Krishnaya Paramatmane. The purpose of the Vedas is to understand Krishna. But now this same Krishna has been, kidnapped by the eyes of the gopis, and they made him their own property. So definitely, without taking shelter of the gopis, you cannot get Krishna. So let's read the last sloka for today. Kanta Kachagrahana Vigraha Labda Lakshmi Khadanga Ragalava Ranchita Manjula Sri Gandhasthali Mukura Mandala Kelamana Gharmankuraha Kimapi Gumbhati Krishna Deva. His beauty made attractive by patches of the gopis, colorful cosmetics through struggles to touch the gopis' breast, with drops of perspiration playing on the mirrors of his cheeks, playful Krishna strings in a indescribable garland of flowers. Seeing the special beauty of Krishna when he performs his special pastimes with Radha and all the gopis, he speaks with joy. Krishna, that means Krishna Deva, who performs pastimes, strings with an who performs pastimes strings an indescribable garland of sweet flowers. That means Krishna is doing a garland. How is he described? He has attractive beauty with patches colored by particles of kumkum, sandalwood, collyrium, and vermilion. That means angaraga. From Radha or the gopis, which are endowed with brilliance and are attached to his body because of fights with Radha or the gopis, when he grabs their breasts in order to kiss them and taste their lips while embracing them, and they resist by blocking him with their hands in the mood of a Kutammita, resistant woman. Or he has natural charming beauty colored by particles of kumkum and sandalwood somewhat removed by association with Radha, who has been attained by fighting. He has drops of perspiration arising from effort, playing on the mirrors of his two cheeks. Or another meaning of Gumpati is conquered by her clever words. He composes a remarkable word, puzzle, to conquer her. That means that Srimati Radhika is more clever than Krishna. There is one sloka, one pastime, that it says, Utistharat taro me taruni mamataro saktarohaneka sakshatakyami mukte tarani ihara verakaya karate me vaitayam nao prasange kathamapi bhavita navayo sangamarta varta pitti smitasham jitakiram majitam radhaya radhayami. That this sloka is from Padyavali. That Jitakiram majitam radhaya radhayami. Krishna is Jita, Ajita. That means he is unconquerable. But Srimati Radhika conquered him. How? Jita Giram Ajitam, with her clever words. That means one day Krishna was telling to Srimati Radhika, he was laying down on the Yamuna and pretending to be asleep. Then the gopis needed to cross the river. So they approached, and Krishna was pretending to be a boatman, sleeping in deep sleep. He was just snoring. Then the gopis started taking his name. Oh, you should take us to the other side of the Yamuna. But he was not listening. Then Srimati Radhika spoke. Then he immediately woke up. Then Krishna quoted this verse. He spoke this verse. Utistharat taro me taruni mama taro That means, hey Taruni, that means young lady, please come in my boat, Taro. But Taro also can mean tree. So Srimati Radhika is telling, no, no, I don't want to climb a tree. Then Krishna is telling, Utisthara Tarume Taruni Mataro. Sakshat Akyami Mukte Tarani. No, 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 no. Listen to me, Mukte. Stupid girl. I'm speaking about Tarani. That means my boat. But Srimati Radhika is telling that Tarani also can mean the sun. So no, 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 no. I don't even have strength to climb a tree. So how possible I will go with you to the sun? Then Krishna is telling, Utisthara tarume taruni mataru saktare hanika sakshata kyami mukte tarani ihara virakyaya karatir me vadayam no prasange katamapi bhavita navayosangamarta bharta piti smita samjita giram majitam radhaya radhayami. That, hey Radhe, I am not speaking of the sun. I am telling you should come and perform pastimes with me. Then Srimati Radhika, what? No, 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 no. Then Krishna, he bows down. Jita giram majitam radhaya radhayami. Krishna smiles and bows down to Srimati Radhika. I think the last sentence was not like this. Let me check. Jita. Sorry, I'm looking for one sloka. 135. So Utisthara Tarome Taruni Mama Taro Sakti Aruhanika Sakshat Kyami Mukte Tarani Hara Virakya Karatin Me Bati Yamno Prasangi Katamapi Bhavita Navayo Sangamarta Varta Piti Smita Samjita Giramajitam Radhaya Radhayami. That the gopis shouting could not steer Krishna, but as soon as Radha called him, he brought the boat to the shore. He said to his sweetheart, "Eh Taruni, oh beautiful young girl, quickly board my tari." Tari means boat. Radha replied, taking tari as taru or tree, "I have no strength to climb a tree." Then Krishna said, "Hey Mukde, oh foolish girl, I mean tarani, that means boat." Radha, taking tarani as sun, said, "The sun? I do not even want to climb a tree, and you are talking me about going to the sun?" Then Krishna said, "I am not talking about the sun. I am talking about no, the boat." Then Radha, taking no to mean us, is telling, "Don't even think about the two of us getting together." Then Rupa Gosvami is telling, "I worship the unconquerable Ajit Krishna, who smiled gently as Sri Radha soundly defeated him in this delightful verbal duel, leaving him speechless." This is Padyavali sloka number 270. So we are going to read the last sloka. That one shows, because here it's saying, conquered by her clever words, he composes a remarkable word puzzle to conquer her. But Srimati Radhika is always more clever than Krishna. Sometimes also Rupa Goswami explains, Kim bhavishyati subhasa vatsaro yatra devi naichanelo garbhati viharsi tumne yukshase duta samsadi visitya madhavam. That one day Radha and Krishna were doing some gambling game. Then they were gambling, they were with one deer. And in one side they were the sakas, and in the other side they were the gopis. So all the sakas were Krishna, Jai Ho, Jai Ho, and all the sakis were Radhe, Radhe, Jai Ho. So Krishna, Srimati Radhika was about to win, and Rupa Manjari was gazing, was looking at her and praying from her heart inside on her mind. She was thinking, or rather, she was reciting this sloka. Kim bhavishyati. Kim means when. When will you look at me while you are gambling with Krishna and you are about to win, to point me that I should go and take the deer, like how you say, when you win the gambling, you get some I don't know how to say, you get something from the opponent. So, or rather, when will you look at me and point that I should go and take the deer and mock Krishna with clever words? Then Srimati Radhika is telling, okay, but how are you going to mock him? Then Rupa Manjari is telling, very easy. Listen, Krishna, your name is Kim bhavishyate Suvasnavara Yatra Devinachano Garbati Vihasitum Niyokshase Dutasam Sadi Vijityam Madhavam. Your name is Madhav. You are the killer of the demon Madhu. But listen, you have very strong arms. That is true. You kill demons very easily. But when it comes to intelligence, you have nothing to do against us. You are very strong. You have very strong arms. This is true. But you are not intelligent at all. So Rupa Manjari is praying for that. So this is how the gopis are more clever than Krishna, and they can win him in the battle of words. So many sweet dialogues happen within the gopis and Krishna. In Padyavali there are many described. So Madhuram Madhuram Vapurasya Vivor Madhuram Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Madhu Gandhim Mirdusmitam Medataho Madhuram 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 Madhuram. Very sweet. The body of the Lord is very sweet. His face is even sweeter. Aho, his gentle smile, smelling of honey, is the sweetest. Experiencing some particulars of Krishna's infinite sweetness, Bilvamangal speaks with astonishment. The Lord's body is very sweet. That means Madhuram Madhuram. Seeing his face, he nods his head and speaks. But his face is even sweeter. That means Madhuram Madhuram Madhuram. Experiencing the smile of Krishna's face, pointing it out with his index finger and gasping, he speaks. The gentle smile is the sweetest. That means Madhuram 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 Madhuram. How is it described? It is endowed with sweet fragrance. That means Madhu Gandhi. This means that since his lotus face is the very form of honey, everything about it is intoxicating. Or because of drinking honey during amorous acts, his mouth smells slightly of honey. So we are going to finish here for today, and we are going to continue tomorrow from sloka number 93. So vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Śrīla Gurudeva ki jai jai.